everybody, welcome to our vlog, episode 1 of For the Love of the Mouse. I'm Crystal. I am one half of For the Love of the Mouse. My husband Bryson is the other half, and he will sometimes be joining us. He's a part-time blogger over on our blog, fortheloveofthemouse.com, and he also contributes to our Instagram and Twitter, so you'll see him once in a while on the vlog as well. So what I want to do in this first vlog is tell you a little bit about me, a little bit about my husband, and about why we love Disney so much. We are both Colorado natives, and so we are a Colorado couple living in Walt Disney's World. We just became annual pass holders, actually for our last trip was our first trip as annual pass holders. We did a 60 hours of Disney trip just about a month ago actually, and it was really fun, and we activated our annual pass holder status and got our cards, and also we just got in the mail our annual pass holder magic bands, so that's really exciting. And these, an interesting thing about these magic bands is you used to be able to get sliders for tons of different magic bands, and now they only come with the annual pass holder one, so you can get the annual pass holder slider here, or if you get a Dooney and Burke magic band, I believe those are the only other magic bands that come with sliders. So here is the one I'm wearing, the magic band I'm wearing is actually from a year ago when we went to Disney and stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and this is the first version, so you can see it's thinner, and it doesn't have this this disc that pops out. Yeah, so this is version 2. This is the 2.0, and this middle disc actually pops out if you want, and you can wear it as like a lanyard. You can put it on like a keychain, or you can not have it on the band is what I'm saying, if you want to. Or if you have other 2.0 magic bands, so obviously this one wouldn't work to do it this way, but if you had another 2.0 magic band, you could pop the disc out and then pop it into your other band. So you could have, like, if you had the pink version of the 2.0, you could have the pink band with your purple disc. And I've actually seen a lot of people do that. And if you stay at a Walt Disney Resort, each time you stay, you get the option of getting a new magic band, and you don't have to. So if you love your magic band and you want to always use that magic band, you can. But if you stay at a Walt Disney Resort, say you stay in June and then you stay again in December, you get the option to get a new magic band for your December stay. And we always do that because we kind of collect them, and so we've got a nice little collection of magic bands starting, and so we always get new ones. But yeah, so that's interesting to know too, is that if you're going to stay, you can get that new magic band every time, and then you can switch them out if you want to, and so then you even have more options. So on our most recent trip to Walt Disney World, we stayed at the Dolphin, and I don't know if you've ever stayed at the Dolphin, but if you have, let us know in the comments, or at the Swan. And the Swan and Dolphin are on Disney property, but they're not actual Disney resorts, so they're actually owned by Sheraton, and they're SPG. So, and you can totally tell when you stay at the Swan and Dolphin that it's more adult, that it's more like business and conferences. There's not a ton of families. There's not a ton of really even people who are going for vacation. It's a ton of conference people, which was fine for us. Like that, I mean, that's fine. We don't spend any time really at the resort anyways. But so it's really convenient though, and you can walk from the Swan or the Dolphin to Epcot, or you can take these cute little boats they have that go on the little waterway, and you can take it from the boardwalk to Epcot, or you can also take it to Hollywood Studios. And we took it to Epcot the first night we got there. So we got there on a Friday night, and it was during Food and Wine Festival, and we took the little boat from the boardwalk there, and we took it over to Epcot, and it was really fun. It was like a 4-minute ride. It was really short, but it was cute. We've never done it before, and it's a really fast way to get there. You can also walk, and we walked back from Food and Wine Festival that night and went to get back to our hotel, and you just walk right along the boardwalk there, and there's a ton of other people doing it, so it's 100% safe. Obviously, it's on Disney property, but it was really a cute walk too, and I think it maybe took 10 minutes, so it's not a hike. It's just a little leisurely stroll back to your hotel at the end of the night, or in the middle of the day whenever you're heading back. So it's a really convenient place to stay, and you have access to all of that boardwalk. So you have tons of restaurants, and there's even a nightclub, and I think there's a piano bar down there as well. So you have ice cream and snacks and abracadabras down there, and a ton of other cute little bars and shops and all kinds of different stuff. And it was really funny too, because we got there on a Friday night, like I said, and you would be surprised. I'm always surprised at how many people are not in the parks, that are just kind of hanging out in these different spaces. And a ton of them I think were locals, but a lot of them were resort guests, and they were staying at the resorts, or maybe just went down to the boardwalk for a night to go to dinner or get some ice cream. So there were a ton of people down there doing that, and they had all kinds of different stuff to do for every age. So that was really fun as well. So let's get back to a little bit about talking about us and our love of Disney and why we decided to become annual pass holders. So we travel to Disney a few times a year. In fact, before our 60 hours of Disney trip, which was our first trip as annual pass holders, like I mentioned, we had a triple countdown, and so now we have a double countdown. So we're staying, I think, for about a week for our Christmas trip, and we're gonna head down there for my birthday. We're gonna go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. We're going to go to Candlelight Processional, which, if you've never gone to Candlelight Processional, I highly recommend it. It is definitely top 3 for me things to do in Disney during the holidays. It is so fun, and it is so cool, and it is really a unique experience. And last year when we went, it was our first time doing it, and we did the dining package, which I definitely think you should do, because it is probably the most sought after thing and the longest line in all of Disney during that time of year. I would say it's even longer than Flight of Passage. I'm serious. I think it is, because we got there for our first trip. We got there right when World Showcase officially opens, which is 11 a.m. And we were walking around, and there were people in line already for the show, which is at 5 p.m. I think it's at 5 p.m. And then there's another show at 8 p.m. And it's every night, and that's the line every day. It is crazy busy, especially, we realized, because we had no idea, but we had Neil Patrick Harris as our narrator, and he's actually the most sought after narrator for the Candlelight Processional. He does it every year, as a lot of them do it every year. And this year we have Whoopi Goldberg, which I'm really excited about too. And I'm glad we got a different narrator, because I think it'll be a totally different experience. But Neil Patrick Harris is the most popular narrator for Candlelight Processional, so the lines could have even been longer that day. But I watch a ton of different vlogs and read up about like the sought after things to do and like what to wait in line for, and Candlelight Processional's line is crazy. So do the dining package if you have the ability to do that. And let me know in the comments too if you've done the dining package for Candlelight Processional, or if you just waited in line, and if you would do it again, because I would love to know if you think it's worth it to wait in line all day, and if that's something that you would do again, and if that's something you've done. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well. So Candlelight Processional, do that. And then also when we go on our next trip, we have Very Merry Christmas Party, which is really exciting. And we're doing the Frozen Ever After dessert party, which I love the dessert parties. We did Mickey's Very Merry Christmas, the Wishes dessert party or the Merry Merry Christmas dessert party last year at Magic Kingdom. And I ate a lot of dessert. I got chocolate wasted. But it was amazing. So if you love desserts and you love sweets and you want to get a really good view of the fireworks, but you don't want to wait along the sides or have to get in line an hour or 2 hours in advance, do the one of the dessert parties. They have them at Hollywood Studios, they have them at Magic Kingdom, and then they also have them at Epcot. So we are doing Magic Kingdom and Epcot on our next trip. So I would highly recommend those. And also let us know in the comments if you've done any of the dessert parties and what your thoughts are on those. So what I want to talk about next is adulting in Disney. It is a hashtag that I use quite frequently on a lot of our different channels that we use to communicate with our Disney family. And what adulting in Disney is we are not we do not have children. So when we go to Disney, it's usually just the two of us. We don't really have any friends who love Disney like we do. We've gone with my cousin and her husband, and we've also gone with my husband's parents, but for the most part, it's just us, and it's so fun, and it's so amazing, and we have a ton of friends who are always like, why do you guys go to Disney so often? You don't have kids. And our response is, Disney is amazing without children. And that is not to take anything away from going to Disney with children. In fact, I love to, when we first get to Magic Kingdom or Epcot, and you see the look on a little kid's face, and you also see like their parents and their reactions to watching their children for the first time when they see Mickey Mouse and they get tears in their eyes, or when they see Cinderella's castle for the first time and you're walking down Main Street and you just have that magical moment. It's really fun to watch the kids have that moment, and it's really fun to watch the parents' reaction to their kids having that moment. But as an adult, it's a whole new experience. You really get a new respect for everything that Walt Disney wanted when he created this amazing world, and the vision that he had, and the honor that went into making sure that the details are there. I mean, if you think about it, there is nothing in Disney that's not planned out. There's no detail really that's been overlooked, and they're constantly evolving and constantly changing and constantly making Disney better and different and new, but also sticking to everything that Walt Disney wanted for Disney, and that was to make sure that whether you're 1 or 91, that you have this amazing experience at the happiest place on earth, because it truly is the happiest place on earth. You can just let go of who you are in your everyday life and let go of the stresses of work and all of this other stuff that you have going on, and you go to this utopia that was created in the mind of this one man, and I'm in awe of it every single time that we go. I just love it. I love you can go 500 times to Magic Kingdom and walk down Main Street, and every single time you will see something that you've never seen before. And that attention to detail is unbelievable to me. And it blows my mind. The trash cans blow my mind too, which I know is crazy, but you cannot go 30 steps on Disney property without finding a trash can. And that was thought out because they did the research to find out how many steps people will take before they throw their trash away or just throw it on the ground. And they wanted to make sure that it was this clean and happy place, so they did the research to find that out and then put trash cans where people would find a trash can instead of throwing it on the ground. And I just think that's incredible. So we just love everything about Disney, and we love the attention to detail. We love the magic. We love that you can be a little tiny child going for your first time, or you can be 30 years old going for your 10th time, and it's the same magical experience, but it's a whole new experience. Every time you go is magical, and every time you go is brand new, even if you're going to the same place you've gone 100 times. So that's a little bit of why we love Disney so much, and why we decided to become annual pass holders and spend even more time at the happiest place on earth. A little bit more about why we experience different parts of Disney so much. We did Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party last year, and we're going back to do it this year. We did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween this year. We've done Food and Wine a couple times. We have the International Festival of the Holidays, which is not a new festival. It's a new name, and they've expanded on the festival, but the festival has been around for a few years now. But like I said, every time you go, you can do something new. And we spent a day and a half at Epcot Food and Wine, and we tried 31 dishes in the time that we were there, which is a lot of food and drink, but it was so yummy, and there was so many things that we didn't get to try. I actually have a blog post up about all of the different things that we tried, and it's a part 1 and a part 2 of all 31 things that we tried and what we thought about them. And then I have an entire post on what we would have tried had we had more time. So I know that if locals go to Food and Wine sometimes for dinner and then just hop over there and grab a snack, and that's date night. But of course we don't have that luxury being in Colorado, so we had to get as much in as we could in the short amount of time we were there. But you even if you go 6 or 7 times to Food and Wine, you can get amazing things that you've already tried and then get something brand new. So you never get tired of going to Disney, I don't think. I have heard some other vloggers who are former cast members at Disney say that there are certain things that are not quite so magical having been a cast member, but I will go out and say that I apply for Disney communication jobs quite a bit, and I don't think I would ever get tired of anything at Disney. So that's it for this post. I just want to thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you liked this post and want to see more what we're going to bring to you in terms of our adventures, please subscribe below and let us know in the comments what you think and what would you like to hear more about. Thank you for stopping by again, and for the love of the mouse, never forget that it all started with a mouse.